Accra, Kumasi, Takrady, around the world at starfm.com.gh. We're also streaming live on our Facebook page. If you hear about it, you should share it, because tonight's conversation, as usual, will be exciting. You know, you can trust me for wonderful conversations every Wednesday evening. That's why I keep telling you that you're better off spending Wednesday night with me. This is Star Chat. My name is Anamoah. Let's go for a spot of commercial. We'll come back and I'll tell you about my guest. Even though you've seen his flyer around, I bet I have something to say about him that you had no idea of. Actually, I doubt. I'm sure you know everything about my guest, but we'll be right back.
Simply the best.
You're welcome back. As I told you, Star Chat is live in Accra on 103.5 FM, Star FM. In Kumasi, we are live on Ultimate FM. In Takrady, we are live on Empire FM. You can also watch the show on the Star FM Facebook page. And also, we are streaming live on YouTube. Now, the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. This is according to Phil Jackson. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. My guest tonight has lived the full circle of a modern professional footballer with an intriguing story for club and country. He's famed for waving the blue and white flag of his adopted country on the biggest football showpiece, and with a knack for being passionately reliable for coaches and technical teams. His professional relationship with the popular Zone Ball for 22 Chasers began as a gunner for the club in Brekum, and his impressive skill and grit caught the eye of Slighteta scouts and earned him a spot in the capital city club of the best groomed talents, Liberty Professionals. It was only a matter of time before a move abroad became possible. His football travails saw him swap jerseys while putting in eye-popping performances as right back with Maccabi Tel Aviv, Hapoel Tel Aviv, West Ham United, Fulham, Leicester City, Santos, and Maritzburg United. And this was also in the altar of a Smile to the Bank weekly wages. He played for the senior national team in the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations and back-to-back World Cup performances for the 2010 and 2014 Mondials with parallel overall performances. Today, he no longer runs the right flank on the pitch, but inspires and impacts on the touchline as an assistant coach for Kaizer Chiefs, a position he's held since 2016. So, does he regret the horror of Brazil and what really happened? What does he make of Ghana's fourth appearance at the World Cup in Qatar? And how should our past performances inform our decisions moving forward? Tonight, I sit with John Kojo Paintsil on Star Chat, as I told you, live on Star FM in Accra, Ultimate FM in Kumasi, and on Empire FM in Takrady. John, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I don't
too.
remember the last time I saw you physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I saw you physically.
Been a long time.
Yeah, yeah, but I see you on TV. Just, I think, before the draw, I saw you on TV.
You're right.
During the Nigeria-Ghana game.
Yeah.
How did it feel watching Ghana qualify by beating Nigeria in Abuja on their own, turf?
I was so happy, and I mean, that was the day we were all looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I mean, when we played them first leg in Kumasi, it was a bit tough for us. And I understand the boys that, when you're playing under such heat, especially playing against Nigeria, no formula. But this time, these boys took the game to Nigeria when they play in Abuja.
Yeah.
That they show them class, that they play according to the technical men. Like I said, always said that the boys went in with a great character. And then they came up with that. I was so happy. And I couldn't hold it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was great.
It was great
victory.
watching them.
Yeah.
Did you at any point feel that it could go south? It could go the other way? It could go wrong?
Yeah, I think when we play in Ghana,
All right.
my prayers was to get early goal for ourselves. If not, then I think draw will do. Because my experience when Ghana is playing Nigeria, back in Nigeria, we feel more comfortable playing Nigeria than
right.
Ghana, because Nigeria and Ghana, I think we are the same people and we play the same football game and we understand the culture in the game. So when they didn't get one goal here, I believe that that's a turning point that we're going to take the game to them. And they were panicked. Of course, they were feeling the pressure. Even looking at their faces coming from the tunnel to the field, they were a bit stressed, can see all over them. And our boys were looking fresh and ready for the battle. And the game won by on the second half when they settled well, playing for time, sitting for counter-attack and all. But in all, I would say we are still happy and we can't wait to see the boys performing at the World Cup.
Right. Now, I'll talk about the World Cup in a bit, but we saw this performance from the Black Stars coming on the heels of a very discouraging, embarrassing performance in Cameroon. I'm sure you monitor the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. What do you think went wrong for the team as a player and coach? What do you think went wrong for the Black Stars in Cameroon?
Yeah, I wouldn't say something went wrong.
Okay.
I think the preparation towards that tournament wasn't that enough for the players and the technical men. It was a new coach who has been here before, but when he came, it was a different set of players that was already made. So it was easy for him. But when he came, it was a new players that we have assembled. Players who haven't played together, they don't know themselves, now trying to build themselves together. So that was one of the key that get wrong on our side. So going forward, I think that tournament put the players together, at least for them to understand. When you look at Amate and Joku, the understanding between them at the two center backs is fantastic, and they are growing together.
Right.
And then, so when we got opportunity to play the playoffs, you can see that the boys are coming. Looking at Pate, his leadership in the game, it has grown. Looking at the Jordan, also getting a free roll, going up and down, it has been fantastic. So going forward, I think keeping the boys, giving them more games and then friendly games will bring us back to the tape. So I wouldn't say Nations Cup was a bad performance.
Really?
Us.
Are you saying that because you played football? Because as fans, you watch that game and you would cringe. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, there's a difference between a fan who hasn't played before and
Well.
then a fan who has played football
But
before.
you mean a fan who invests their time and their money and everything into the game?
That is why
That's painful.
That's why we are here to educate them, for them to
Right.
understand. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, of course, every fan supporter want
Yeah.
his side to win matches and then win trophies. But what I can say to the fans is that tournament was preparation to prepare the boys towards the African Cup, World Cup that is coming on Qatar, and which they have given back to us
By qualify.
So going forward, this is the group that I can say they will do well for Ghana.
You mean they're going to do better than other Black Stars teams have done at the World Cup?
They will do well. Looking at this group, I would say I can see our generation in them.
Okay.
Not so fast, but I will call it 5 years development plan on them by keeping the same group going forward, playing more matches, more tournaments.
How important is it to keep the same group of players together? Because it's become sometimes a bit ridiculous watching how players are called from. Sometimes we don't even know the players. We don't have to know them, but at least, it adds a certain panache to the team. But you watch and this person plays today, the next time the player is not called, another person is brought in. There's been inconsistencies, haven't they?
Yeah, I think you're right there. You got a point there. These things happen when the technical man is not getting what you're looking for.
Okay.
And me as a technical man sitting back and watch the two games that the boys played, can see as a big team, a team that is growing.
Okay.
It's not a team that are tearing apart, but a team that need time to get together. More matches, friendly matches, tournaments, we put these boys together. I'll use our generation as example.
Okay.
Anytime there's a call-up, our time, you can see 80% of our generation in the squad. That helps the team. And as we are going, you can see the DIU a group coming, Asamoah group coming, Prince Tego's group coming. So that was a generation by generation. So that when we finished, our last generation was 2014 when Muntari was the only one that was left in the team. So after that, we should have Asamoah group, the DIU group going forward, but we don't have them now. So now that we have got the players that can take the nation forward, I think we need to focus on this group in particular. And the technical men, I don't know what to say about them. They have been amazing.
Right? Have they?
They have been amazing.
Okay. How so?
If you understand the game they play in Nigeria, the second half, the game was won by the technical men because the players was also disciplined to listen to the technical men, because what they play is not from the players. It's the technical side of coach asking the player to show the opponent inside, not to allow them to play on the line because they are good on the line, which they did that. They allowed the Nigerians to have the ball, not putting pressure on them, but they will lose the ball themselves. So that's the technical aspect I'm talking about.
Right.
So we have those men who have tested the water before and they know what to give to the players. And the players are disciplined to follow those instructions. So going forward, our chances are bright.
So I remember whilst we were competing in Cameroon, you would hear fans say that this is not the Black Stars we are used to, because even in your time, the Black Stars will not win a major trophy. In fact, the Black Stars have never won any major trophy since 1982. The Black Stars have never won any trophy, but you watch the game, and even though you were being kicked out of a competition, you're being kicked out with pride because they played their hearts out. Will we, or do you think you would ever see the Black Stars of your time, of the generations you've mentioned, going forward? Do you think you'd ever see that?
Yes, I can say in this group. That's why I said going forward, we need to focus on this particular group, those who have played these two matches against Nigeria. One, they are disciplined. One, you can see the unity, you can see the team spirit, and you can see the anger of winning matches, and then they don't want to leave anything on the field.
Right.
So that fighting spirit going forward is the best for the nation.
So you make it sound as not that you make it sound, you seem to believe that the team would one day become a formidable side, and so we should believe in the team. Should we then manage our expectations as they go into the World Cup?
Yeah, we have to manage it. 100% I have full confidence in them that they will go there and do well. Nowadays, football have changed. It's more of a dynamic. You can't say this team is not football country. And don't forget that Ghana is one of the biggest football country in the world. That any country that play against Ghana, we motivate them. They don't motivate us. Because when they beat us, they are happy. But when we beat them, they've got nothing to lose. But when they beat us, we've got something to talk about. People have got something to talk about. So we rather motivate them. And so for me, I think going forward, our stars in the future is very, very bright.
Okay. So for this particular World Cup, we shouldn't think they even get into the semi-finals.
We shouldn't, our expectation shouldn't be that much.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, this is the team that we can say 5 years development plan.
Okay.
After 3 years, 4 years going, you see them winning trophies for the nation.
Oh, it'll be nice to see the Black Stars win a trophy.
Like our first World Cup, the expectation wasn't that we should go and win.
In 2006, right?
So we went there and then we proved that we are in to compete. We are not here to just participate and go. We took the game to them, and then we were beaten by the Brazilians. And then at that time, too, they were up there. We even beat the first round-up FIFA rank. So Czech Republic, we beat them.
Czech,
So I think these boys need this same motivation. but allowing them to go and have fun. Ask them to go and have fun,
Right.
play from their heart, and you see where they will take the nations to.
Okay, so you had that. Manage your expectations so that if they get kicked out early, I don't think they'll be. I think they will make it out of the group. But the group is quite an interesting one. There's Uruguay with Suarez featuring, hopefully. Then there is Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo, whom we've played before. Ghana has played Portugal. Then there's Korea Republic. I think we've played Korea Republic before as well in the past. Yeah. Which of these countries would you say would prove the most difficult? For
All
Ghana?
of them are
All of them?
difficult side
Right.
to play against, and we are in fantastic group because when you have a group like this, it brings your work rate out.
Doesn't it scare you?
No.
With
As
Cristiano Ronaldo in the
no,
group.
no, no. Nowadays, names don't play football.
Really?
Especially when it comes to Ghana national team.
Right.
All the players are always happy to play against big clubs, big teams, big players. So big players and big teams brings your best out of you. So I think our group will push us to do well and then qualify from the group. Because all the countries that you've mentioned, all of them are capable of being in the final. Ghana can be in the final, Portugal can be there, Uruguay can be there, Korea can be there. So they are not a group that you can underrate.
Okay, let me put the World Cup aside and come to you personally before I go back. I'll definitely go back to football, but let's talk about your time in Brekum. I understand one Alaji Moro literally made you. Is he alive?
May he so rest in peace.
Right.
We lost him
Okay.
last year. Yakubu Moro was a fan. He found the Brekum Arsenals.
Right.
And from there, he never looked back. Brekum Arsenal has been there. It's one of the clubs that, I mean, all Ghanaians like the club, not only the brown and half people. And he did so well. I mean, he put a lot of energy in the team. When he came, there was young boys who were doing their team, but there was no money to invest in the game. So he came, and then he took over. And since then, the Brekum Arsenal has been Brekum Arsenal until now. So yeah, he played his part, and then he did so well for all of us.
Okay, so how did it start for you? How did football start for you?
Well, they started from Kropon Equiapim.
Okay.
I was in school, Methodist junior secondary school.
Right.
And my dad was a police officer.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so everywhere they transfer him, I will change school.
Right.
So I was changing school at all times. So that I was a coast player, 14 years, and we had this team called ECOWAS Babies. ECOWAS Babies.
Okay.
So it's like we, the small boys, we sometimes contribute small money, then we'll take a car, and then we'll go and play, like
Okay.
Obosomase or Eburi.
Okay.
Those small lattes.
As young as you were,
Yes.
you would board a vehicle to.
We were having two or senior
Okay,
men, like they are
okay.
18, they were 18 or 20.
Okay.
So they were leading the group.
Okay.
So from there, they transferred my dad from
Ekopong.
Kropon to Brekum. So I went to Brekum, and then I wanted to play football. So I was
Right.
looking around.
Was your dad was he in approval? Did he approve your decision to play football?
Yeah. My dad loved football.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So he didn't mind that his son wanted to play football?
Yeah, he didn't
Because
mind.
I've spoken to a number of men your age who wanted to play football at a very tender age, and their parents said, hell no, you're staying in school. The focus is school. But you didn't experience that with your dad.
No. I was more flexible
Okay.
with me, and even before I even moved to Brekum to play for Brekum Arsenals, they have to go through my dad to discuss with him that from Kofodia, I was schooling in Kofodia, Nijuakoko,
Okay.
secondary school. So they have to transfer me to Brekum Presec, so that I
Ah.
was able to have time to play for Brekum Arsenal from third division to premier side.
Wow.
So they did that, and then it worked.
Wow. And so that's how you got into football. It was
Yeah.
quite easy for you.
Yeah, for me, my chance just came because I think when you are born with it,
Yeah.
I was talented.
Right.
So it's easy for people to.
And you were
notice
always
you.
you were always a defender.
I was a striker.
You were a striker. So why did you switch?
I switched. May his soul rest in peace was Coach Ike Afrani,
Okay.
who discovered me from Bekum
Okay.
when we played against under 20 national team when he was scouting for players.
Right.
So because of my determination, my hard work, I got to a point that I was going to lose the chance of playing the World Cup. No
Right.
position for me because there was great strikers. Yeah, so talking about Razak Pimpon,
Right.
Ishmael Ado, Don Bote them. So there was no chance that me being a forward player, I would get opportunity.
Right.
So he decided to switch me to right fullback and see if I will be able to. So he switched me to fullback, and then since there,
You have
I
been.
never looked back. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, but do you regret it? Because the thing about football is that it's the strikers who get talked about most of the time because they're the ones scoring the goals. Rarely do we ever talk about even the goalkeepers, the defenders, sometimes the midfielders, but it's the people banging in the goals that get all the plaudits. But did it ever worry you that you were switched to a position where the spotlight would hardly be on you?
I was a goal machine.
Right.
And
When you were a striker?
When I was a striker.
Right.
And I was very skillful. I can dribble 10 players at the same time.
Really?
Yes. So when Coach Ike Afrani switched my position from forward line to back, I was worried because it was a time that the message was, if you don't perform, you are going back home. Then we was in Germany to play our last friendly match before moving to Argentina. That was 2001, under 20 national
Right.
team. So he just called me, tomorrow you are going to play as a right fullback. If you don't perform, you are going back to Ghana.
Were you scared?
I was eating, Nana. At that time, we were having dinner. Oh. I just pushed the food back.
Did
And I
eating?
put my chair. And then I sat down quiet. Now I
Why?
started thinking about the game. I went to my room. I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
Right fullback, I have no idea. So we went to the game the next day, and then Germany, we were playing against Germany at 20. So they scored early goal. Then we were playing second half. I think it was 15 minutes to finish the game. So I got the ball after the center line. So I saw that it was my territory
Right.
as a forward line.
Right.
So I have to do my thing. So I started dribbling them. So I dribbled 1, 2, 3, and I did cut back to, I think, to Derek Boateng.
Right.
And Derek Boateng finished. And that was it.
You made your
So
name.
I made my name. So
Right.
when we got to the hotel, he said, now I've got my back four. And that was it.
And that's how you became a defender.
That's how I
You
became
a right.
A right
Oh,
fullback.
Wow. That's quite interesting. That's really interesting. And you've never looked back
I
since.
never looked back
Right.
since.
You were quite some defender. I mean, for all the games that you played, especially in England, because of course that's the games that most people watch. So you played for Fulham, you played for West Ham, and you were quite the defender. You would do anything. I mean, you would do anything to stop the opponent from advancing.
Right.
Was it a strategy you adopted, or is that who you are? Is that the kind of man you are?
Yeah, I always take my game serious,
Okay.
especially where I work. I don't play games there. So if I'm playing as a fullback, I take that place as my office. I don't
Okay.
allow anybody to come and make a mistake or dirty my place, excuse my word. So I always take the game to the opponent. First 1 minute, as your opponent will come to me, I'll give it to you. I know how to give it to you. So you know
Right.
that there's something there. You cannot just come and dribble me and go. So I always on my toes, make sure that I defend properly, well. And the strategies, these days there's a VAR. That time I think I would have been picking the red cards and the yellow cards and the warnings. So yeah, I always do everything to protect my position.
Right.
Yeah, and I came up with the top strikers, big
Yeah,
players
yeah.
who don't see me like I can do harm to them. But yes,
You did harm.
I did harm them, and then
One that comes to mind directly is your encounter with Peter Crouch. Do you remember that?
Right.
You remember that
Right.
incident?
Right.
What was going through your head at that time?
You know, he is a tall guy.
Extremely
and,
tall. He's lanky. Yeah.
I mean, the air ball, he won't jump. I can jump like double. I won't get the ball.
Right.
So this guy elbowed me, and then I called him and I said, no, what you did to me is not fair. Then he gave me that stick. Like he used bad way to me.
Right.
So I lost it. And then I said, okay, I'm going to take you out from the game. Then he ran to the other side. So I told my other defender that I'm going to chop this guy. This is the word I used to. I said, I'm going to chop this guy. Watch that side for me. And he laughed. He said, how is it possible? I said, I'm going to chop him. The game was Tottenham against Fulham.
Yeah.
So I followed him to that left side.
He moved from the right to the left, and
yes.
you
I followed him
switched
to
the
chop him and then came back. So now he has to come back to that position.
Right.
Then he was talking to one of his colleagues that he should go to that position for him because
He was afraid.
that guy is not, so he don't want to come there. Yeah, so it's like when you are given a position, you need to make sure that you do your job and do it well, but not to lose it sometimes.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that I also learn. I mean, when you are growing the game, the more you play, the more you gain experience.
Yeah, but you were proper pissed in that game.
I was.
You were pissed. Whatever he said to you must have really cut deep.
Hey, Enyakra.
For you to switch from right to left.
Yes.
To teach him a lesson, that was something else. So on the pitch, when you are playing in your role as a defender, you play with such grit. You see this man who would do anything to win the ball for his team. In the next breath, you appear to be emotional because the next second you'll be crying.
Yes.
I struggle to reconcile you playing as a defender and then when the game goes south and then you tear up so much. I mean, I have never seen a player cry like you before.
Nana, you're right. You know, when you are doing a job that you love, you play with passion, and you always want to win the matches, and you put put your body online, and at the end of the day, you don't get results. Yeah, I'm an emotional person, and it gets to me when I don't get what I want on the field.
Right.
That is why most of the time.
Do you ever see yourself, do you watch playbacks of yourself crying? Or you just skip?
I don't watch it. The one I watch is the one that I feel I'm celebrating. Yeah. But if I lose a match, I don't like to watch it at all.
Right. What was it like playing at the World Cup for the first time in 2000?
It was amazing.
It was amazing?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
First experience and seeing top class players going to compete with them. It was great.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we went out as an underdog.
Yeah.
We got nothing to lose. We went there to have fun, and having fun pushes that far. So I would say it was a great opportunity for me, because from that World Cup I was able to get the opportunity to play in England.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Which of the teams did you enjoy playing for the most? Fulham or West Ham?
That's Fulham.
Yeah?
It's Fulham that I got more playing time.
Right.
Even play from Europa Cup, from qualified to the final.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say Fulham.
You were in the Europa semi-finals, right?
Finals.
The finals. You
Yeah.
were in the finals for
Yeah.
Europa. What was that like?
It was great. It was
Yeah.
amazing. I played Champions League 2004 with Maccabi Tel Aviv, but the Europa Cup final it
Was
was
special.
different.
What made it
different
different?
vibe? You see the crowd, you
Yeah.
see the music, you see the anthem before the match, the medals, and then the motivation speech, music, and all. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Something that I've never felt before.
Yeah.
Then.
What does it mean to a footballer to see their fans cheering them on? You talk about the music, you talk about anthems. The ambience is always great. What does it mean for a footballer when all of that is at play during a game?
It means a lot,
Right.
because going to a stadium and the stadium is quiet, there's no players.
So it must have hurt during
Yeah.
the coronavirus when they were playing in empty stadia.
Yeah, it was difficult for most of the players.
Right.
And even as a fan watching it, you don't see it's
Yeah.
like something is happening.
Yeah.
It looks like a training match when when the pitch is empty.
Right.
Yeah, but when there's a crowd and then music, they cheer you up. Even when you kick the ball out, they clap for you. It motivates you as a player to perform well.
And just as you hear the cheers, you do hear the jeers as well, the abuse, the insults when it's not going well. Do you hear?
That is when you go close to the line. Then
Right.
then they can give you that stick.
So do you try to avoid it then?
No, 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 no.
You don't.
As a footballer, you must understand that it's part of the game.
Right.
When things are not going well, the fans will push you. But when you're doing well, the same fans will come and cheer
Right,
you up. So
yeah.
it's understandable.
Right. One of the most talked about incidents, unfortunately, in football is racism. Did you ever experience it in your playing time?
I think I've been lucky
Okay.
when it comes to that part. I mean, every club that I played, I become the fan favorite.
Right.
Even as at now.
Why is that so? Why do you think that happen every time you play for a team?
I think I always put the team before myself.
Right.
Because we should understand that the clubs will be there, everybody will come and go. So when you have opportunity to play for such club, you must respect it. And without the fans, without the spectators, you can't go. So I'm somebody, after every match, I want to give a lap of honor to the supporters who came to watch the goal, whether we lost or we take the day. So it's very, very important to appreciate and acknowledge them. So it's something that I've been doing every club that I go, and the fans loves it. Until now, they keep inboxing me, they keep chatting me.
Oh, they still do.
My birthday, they post and then all. So it's very, very important to communicate, keeping relationship with your supporters.
How do you pronounce your name? Because sometimes you hear commentators say Paintsil, then the next minute you're hearing Paintsil, and the S and the T gets interchanged a lot. So how do you pronounce your surname?
It's Paintsil.
Paintsil. So the S comes before the T, or
T comes before.
The T comes before the S.
Paintsil.
Paintsil.
Yeah.
Right. Where are you from?
I'm Fanti.
Ah, of course, I should have guessed. Fanti from where?
I'm from Ejumako business.
Okay, but you speak Fanti.
Yeah, a little bit, not too much.
But which language do you speak the most? Is it Chi?
Chi.
Oh, okay. Because you did travel around
Yes.
from Ekwapon to Brekum to.
Right.
Right. So you speak Chi a lot. So your dad is Fanti.
Yes, and my mom is Anamoah.
Do you speak ever?
I understand, but I can't speak.
Oh, such a shame.
Yes,
Such a shame. But
yes.
whatever they say, you understand.
Yes.
Has anybody tried to say anything to you? No, say anything about you never, and you were there and heard them, and they had no idea that you understood the language.
No.
No, that never happened.
No. I'm always lucky on such things, like
Yeah.
people giving me back hits and all. So,
Yeah, they love you naturally.
Yeah.
You're a cool cat. You're really a cool cat. Now, one of the highlights of your career, as you mentioned yourself, was the Europa Finals. Okay, where would you place the moment where you waved the Israeli flag? What were you thinking then?
Well, that moment, I had my supporters. You know, I was playing in Israel. I was just coming for the World Cup, and the supporters followed me there with the Ghana flag.
Right.
And then they came, they were cheering me up, to supporting me. So I did that to also show
To
appreciation.
show appreciation to them.
Yes.
Right.
And at that time, I was inexperienced in these things. I don't know what this thing will cause. And then at the end of the game, I saw that a lot of people were hurting.
Yeah.
And then I feel so bad about that. You know, it's not good to make people feel bad or being angry and all. So quickly, I did apologize to those who were hurt and those who were happy to.
Oh yeah,
it's
the
normal.
Israelis definitely will be happy.
It's normal.
On a big stage like that, yeah.
But it's not a nice thing to hurt people. So yeah, I really came out and then I did apologize to those who were hurt.
Yeah. So did you pick the flag from the crowd?
From the crowd. From the crowd, yes, from the crowd.
And you decided
they
to
called
wait.
me, I went there and then I just pull it up.
Yeah.
And then I'm surprised now that flag has been expensive in Ghana. People are buying. Every car you see it inside. And
Yeah, well, they're following you. They're probably fanatics of John Paintsil. So that's why. Yeah, but you do see the Israeli flag a lot, especially in trotro and taxis. Yeah, I wonder if they even know what flag it is. Yeah, and what it stands for some people to see the Israeli flag being, flaunted that way. Anyway, it's a discussion for another day. What would be your low point in football?
That is, was it when I went to Santos?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bit low division, just to pick up and come back to the limelight,
Right.
trying to hang up my boot, retire.
Right.
So you need
Yeah.
to go from
Yeah.
somewhere before you
Yeah.
come up. So from there, I pick up from there and then become an assistant coach for Kaiser Chiefs, play
Yeah.
my respect. So I would say Santos.
Yeah. How was it like being an assistant coach for Kaiser?
It was great,
Yeah.
and it was quick transition after my football career. After I spent 2 years with the Marisbeck, and the coach that was coaching me there asked me to rest a bit and then come and help him as an assistant coach, which he knew that my leadership when he was coaching me with Marisbeck was great. So it was amazing, but the experience, sometimes I feel like I'm the one playing. So, so I
You
learned,
kick your legs a lot?
Yeah, kick my legs. I shout anyhow. And so he really taught me how to manage players and become a successful coach.
Yeah.
His name is Steve Compella from
Right.
South Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you're loving the experience of coaching, inspiring, and encouraging young players.
Yes,
aren't
please.
you?
Yes, please. Now I'm growing in it and managing the boys. That's why I said when you do the course, you study, you understand.
Is it tough? Is it tough?
It's very tough.
Yeah?
It's very tough. And I think now coaching is not like because you have played before you can become a coach. Yeah, you have the idea of teaching the boys how to play. But there's other things that you also have to learn how to accommodate all the players, not to let one player feel bad, whether he's playing your first 11 or not. There's a lot of things. Being a coach, you have to coach at the same time, you have to be a teacher. You
Right.
must teach your boys, especially when you have a life story that it can trigger the boys. You have to also
Yeah.
bring it in and educate them on the pitch and off the pitch. Player must be professional. So
Right.
all those things need to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
done.
do you feel, because you mentioned this earlier about VAR, do you feel VAR has made football soft?
No, it has made it great.
Yeah.
Yes, it has
Yeah,
made
well,
it.
I always hear this from players.
Yeah.
But you speak to football fans and they think that it's made football really soft.
Yeah, because when the fans see a goal and then after celebrating the goal, few minutes or few seconds disallowed. So I understand them.
Right.
But those who know the game, who knows that the football is gentleman game, that's why it's a fair play.
Right.
So you cannot use your hand to score and then by hurting the other opponent. You must take the game to the opponent, play and win.
Okay, so it's good you're a defender, because I've always wondered if you handle a ball in the box as a defender, should you be given a yellow card or punished because you deliberately did it or did it without thinking? Because I've seen players get the yellow card because they handled the ball and it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, when you say handle the ball, how?
The ball touches your
hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the box.
There's a rules.
Okay.
There's one called ball to hand.
Okay.
If your hands are close to you and the ball hits you,
Okay.
that one the referee cannot give you penalty.
Okay.
But when the ball hits your hand comes off. If your hands comes off and the ball touch, that one is
Whether it's deliberate or not.
yeah, it's a penalty.
Right.
So there's a rules that every player must also understand and know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we talk about the World Cup, I mean, you are very experienced because you've participated in the World Cup. You've at the highest level. You should be proud of yourself, John. I hope you're writing a book. I hope you're writing a book. You were in South Africa in 2010, right?
Right.
And so you were there when the Suarez incident happened. At that particular moment, and I want to, focus on Suarez.
Right.
That moment, what was going through your head?
It was very tough
Okay.
for all of us, and that free kick, I took that free kick,
Right.
and I picked the ball and I said, this ball must go to the net. So I kicked the ball. I didn't hit the ball was going inside,
Yeah.
and this gentleman Suarez used his hand to bank the ball from the line.
Right.
So it's something that we will call it that we were cheated, because at that time, last player on the line should be a goal.
Yeah.
But then I think the rules was changed at that time, so it has to be on penalty. Or better still, if one of us have picked the ball and run to the center, the referee would have given us the goal.
Right.
But it's part of the game. It happens. he did what he did to push his country
Absolutely.
forward. So
Absolutely.
there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Yeah.
So it's football. Sometimes football can humble you. Sometimes football can push you up.
Yeah.
So whatever comes in the game, there's three things: either you win, you draw, or you lose.
Would you rather draw or lose?
Win.
You'd rather, well,
win.
of course we all want to win.
When you win is the safest side.
Yeah. I mean, some draws can be really painful.
Yeah.
Really, really painful, yeah. And then we were awarded a penalty eventually. Anamoah John took that penalty. I mean, I don't understand why Ghanaians still denigrate Anamoah John, with that penalty, because till date, every time they talk about it, and it really irks me, it annoys me so much, because it happens to the best of footballers to miss a penalty. But that particular moment when he picked up the ball to take the penalty, you thought we were in heaven already, didn't
Of
you?
course. Of course, he was our special penalty taker. And then, in our team at that time, every player has his own duty on the field.
Okay.
We have Muntari taking the free kick from the left.
Right.
Anamoah John is in charge of the penalty. Corner kicks from the left. If we are going in swing, Muntari go for it. And then that side, my side, when he's throwing, I'll go for it. If I want to go long, if I want to go short.
Yeah.
So when he picked the ball, I thought, we are done.
Yeah.
We are done. But these things happen in football, especially great players in the world. And when one kick a penalty, it's not the only person that you put finger on, because we play as a team. So if he has scored that goal, it's all of us.
Right.
So when one put penalty off the bar and all, it's not only him. it's collective.
Well,
thing.
he was the taker, so you can understand the angst.
Yeah,
from
he was
Ghanaians.
our expert. No
Right.
one was supposed to go for it, because the dressing room, the match meeting, he is the one who is in
Take
charge
the
to
penalty.
take it. Yeah, and then he was doing it fantastic. And then one cannot spoil all things that he has
Yeah,
done.
you do see the stick some Ghanaians give him.
A lot.
We've not recovered. I mean, I've not recovered from the shock of that. But I don't see the big deal, really, because if you follow football, even Messi misses penalties. I'm sure Maradona missed a penalty. Pele missed a penalty.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Brazilian Pele. I'm sure even our own Pele missed penalties as
Right.
well. So I really don't get it. But not too long after that penalty miss, there was John crying. Did anybody nickname you Cry Baby?
Yeah, the tears were coming, but all of us, especially when we go to dressing room, it's like we were in a funeral. All the players, everybody was like,
Yeah, you were all down.
Yeah, but that's the power of the game.
Yeah.
The beauty of the game.
Yeah.
It can humble you, it can lift you up, like I
So
said.
that one humbled you.
It did humble all of us. Yeah.
But we were nearly there, right?
We were close. We
nearly.
were close.
That's what they call a kakiti.
Kakiti
We were nearly there.
Yeah.
Then we went to Brazil. We had expectations as well, because we had come close, so close in South Africa.
Right.
And then came the plane carrying your money. And then the competition, the fun, everything went south. What happened in Brazil?
I would say, discipline-wise, I think we wasn't ready for taking that tournament serious, because as that time, I think it was going to be our third time on the road that we were supposed to push to the semi-final, and that incident happened. I think it's a learning curve. Our time, before the tournament, 1 month before the tournament, our ex-president, Kwesi Ntechi, and Fred Papo, his vice, they will call us, the seniors, and they will tell us what is going to happen.
Right.
So we will discuss the program, the bonuses or the allowance involved. So all of us will understand that when you come, if it's letter A, it's letter A. So you don't come to camp and start asking for letter B. So before you go to the camp, you're already settled your mind that, okay, this is our aim for coming to camp. You don't come in and ask for bonuses, you are not paid and all. it was, for me, it was a bit disgrace to our nation. But we learned from it. And I believe that going forward, such thing will not happen again. And I think what the system we had before, 2006, 2010, even 2014, pushing forward, they should go on that system, making sure that the leaders in the team play roles in the game. If you're a player, if you're a senior player, you know your highest level, you know you are starting player, you need to get involved in the leadership team, because Apia was our leader, and he always made sure that he bring all of us close and let us understand what is at stake, what is going to happen. Sometimes we decide when to score, when to defend, and all. So they need to go back and then draw what we did before we achieved so much. And I think that will help. Don't come to camp and then now start discussing about bonus. You need to discuss it before a month, settle everything before you even move to camp. So I think what happened in Brazil was unfortunate.
Would you say it's one of the lowest points of Ghana football?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But it's just that we didn't have our time well. Our timing wasn't well. And then I'm not going to also base on the money that was flew to Brazil that caused the team, because
wasn't it? Because it appeared that all the players thought about was money. That you literally held the country to ransom. That if you don't get your money, you're not playing, you're not training.
That I would say that's not true.
Okay.
Because Black Stars players I know, they don't follow the money.
They don't?
Because
So when you hear discussions about players chasing money so much from the national team, what do you say?
I would say it's speculation.
Okay.
It happens. I mean, when things go wrong, a lot of people will try to bring some words just to massage it, to make it better.
Okay.
But I will sit here and defend the players, that the players were not in for money, because they know that when they play and they win matches, they will take their bonus. Our time, we don't even ask for bonus. We ask for qualifying bonus. Okay. So we are saying that we have to qualify from the group. So when we qualify from the group, this is what we take. You will give it to us. Right. So if we win 2 matches and we didn't qualify,
you don't get anything.
We won't get anything.
Right.
Because we believe that we will qualify. So we agree on that. But if we believe that we are not going to qualify, so let's win 2 matches or 1 match, take some money, and then we're out. Players can do that. Okay. But the Black Stars team, this is what is there. So you have to qualify from the group, then you qualify from another group, then you get it. It's not one play as you go. Okay. So that's why I'm saying that they were not there for that money issue that was on the air, that the players don't want to play without the money.
So where did it come from then? Where did that information come from? Was it just fabricated to make the players look bad, so the real people behind it go scot-free?
I don't think there was people behind it. Yeah. I think there's a misunderstanding, maybe lack of communication, how the bonus will get to them, and then I wouldn't say it was because of money that caused the poor performance. Okay.
Now, I mean, you've played at the highest level for club and then for country. What's the difference?
Playing for club, it's more flexible.
Okay.
And playing for a national team is demanding. Yes.
Explain.
Because playing for national team it's your nation. And then looking at Ghana now, we are more than 25 million.
Oh, yeah.
So if they call you few people to come and play, one, you are playing for your family, you are playing for Mother Ghana, you are playing for the national color itself. Yeah. And even
in fact, you are playing for Africa.
Wearing that jersey is not something
it comes with a lot of pressure?
A lot of things. So you need to stand and make sure that, also understand that the national team is not for you. You don't have a position. That's what I used to think in the national team. I always make sure that I'm fighting for my position, whether I'm a regular player or not. I must defend my position at all costs. Right. So what I do is to listen to the coach, do what he wants, and then add mine up. So playing for national team is very is a tough one, and it's also push you to get a lot of offers
Right.
moving you around.
Right. That is why people, I mean, I'm basing it on the latter part of your submission. People seem to think that if you play for the national team, it puts you out there. Teams see you and you get spots, you get deals, you get transfers. So for that reason, the Black Stars shouldn't be paid what we pay them. In fact, we should be giving you something really meager as an appearance fee, as a thank you for showing up, but not to pay you such humongous amounts of money. Do you agree?
Yeah, once there's a sponsorship, if there's a sponsorship, if there's Milo coming, if there's a Red Bull coming, bringing money, it's for the Black Stars. Okay. It's not for anyone. But before, when I joined Black Stars, there was no sponsorship, no jerseys. And that one I understand. When you travel, they give you $100. Sometimes they give you a travel's check. Then you come in and you have to change it.
Right.
You see, because our time, because we were doing well, there was a lot of sponsorships coming.
Right.
So if the sponsorship are coming and say, okay, we are going to sponsor Black Stars, so the money they will pay us is coming from the sponsorship. So that one is also motivation for the players.
Right.
Because, for instance, Nana, player will come and play, you get injury, you go back to your club, you can't play again.
Absolutely.
Your contract is gone.
Yeah, true.
You see?
And it has happened to some of our players.
Yes,
Really?
it's something that has been happening.
Yeah.
So for me, I think every player, anybody that works, it's not that every month Black Stars players are receiving salary every month. They only get something when they play for the national team. So that one, I think we need to limit it.
Okay.
And the way we approach it, the way we talk about it, and then I wouldn't say the players are in for the money, but they are in for the pride of the nation, and because, like you said, it gives them exposure for other teams to see them.
Yeah.
Because we all got opportunity to play big clubs because of the national team. I won't lie.
Yeah.
If in the national team, I don't think I will be John Paintsil that everybody
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
So the national team has helped me a lot, and then I believe that the youngsters who are coming to also put their best.
Right.
And then.
Right. So listening to you, I mean, you speak with so much passion about playing for Ghana. Should we then be begging and massaging people's egos and literally going to their homes to beg them to play for Ghana? Should we be doing that?
No. It shouldn't be that way. But that one is up to the technical man. Because if you give me the assignment as a coach, what I have to do everything to put smile on my people, to qualify the nation or to even win the trophy.
Okay.
So if I have to go to a player's house and engage him and talk to him to come and play for the nation, me, because if the player is coming to play for the nation, he's playing for you, the coach. Because if things goes bad, you are the coach.
Right.
You'll be fired.
Right.
The players will stay. Always coaches go, players will stay. So if the coach is going to engage player in his football club, asking him to come and play for the nation and him, because he might see something in him, thinking that.
But should we beg the player? Should we be seen begging the player? Literally.
Ghanaians are not begging the players, but it's the coach.
But the coach
who
represents
wants
us.
the coach. Yeah, the coach wants the player. So if the coach thinks that, okay, I think this player, I need him. So whatever I have to do to get him, because the player have heard something that, I was born in Europe,
Right.
and I know that people who were born here, when they go to Ghana, they play only 2 matches, 3 matches, and they sack them, and then they lose opportunity of playing for other countries. Yeah. You see, so that news has been there and is eating those boys there. They were born in Europe, but if they can perform, like Kevin Prince Boateng came to Ghana, everybody was thinking that, he's stubborn. But when he's playing, he gives all his best. He's one of the players that I did enjoy playing with him.
Really?
You see, he's a tough guy, but he don't play with his game when he's working. You see, so when things go wrong and he go out and say, I left Germany to go and play for Ghana, but at the end of the day, I was disgraced. So this news traveled to some of the people who were born in Europe, and they are scared to come and play for their nation. They are Ghanaians. It doesn't matter where they were.
Do you think that a player like Salisu should play for the Black Stars, should be in the Black Stars squad?
If he's ready to play and he's fall under the coach system and the coach wants him, why not? He's Ghanaian. What we are looking for is the players who master the game, who push the nation forward. Like myself, when I'm coming to the national team, I have to be ready.
Right.
I'm ready to play. So
Right.
if you have those players who are ready to play for the nation, I don't think we will struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Another thing that I want to talk to you about is juju. There's been so much talk about juju. In fact, we have seen budgets where monies are allocated to juju men, malams, whatever they like to call them. Is that something that was ever talked about in camp by the footballers?
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all. For me, all my career, I've never experienced that before.
Right.
Though I've heard that is juju, but I don't think juju play football. It's something that you believe. Like people
Right.
go to church every Sunday,
Yeah.
believe that going to church from Sunday, when you come home, you feel different and all. And people also think that, okay, this man say he will pray for me, he will give me something to
Yeah.
put in my socks or in my pants, I will perform.
Yeah.
But if you are not fit, that thing won't help you. You see, believing in that red thing or black thing, you should also be fit,
Yeah.
conditioned,
Absolutely.
and then have your readiness to go in and play. So for me, when it comes to juju, I don't believe that juju play football because I've never used it and that's worked
Yeah.
for me. No.
Yeah, but you still, I mean, not to, I'm moving away from the juju matter, but when you go to London, when you go back to London, you still get a lot of fans. I mean, I don't think I've ever told you this before, but in my family house in Battersea in London, every time I said I was from Ghana, it's so close to Fulham.
Yes.
And so it's Paintsil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Paintsil? At some point, I had never even met you before, but I made them believe that, oh, Paintsil, he's my God, he's my friend. Yeah.
Yes.
He's my friend. He's my paddy. But yeah, you still get that, don't you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
still get that. Like I did mention earlier,
Yeah.
on my social
Media,
media,
they text.
they text, they send messages. Even when something is going in the club, they send message, John, yes, come on, White, we are coming up,
Yeah.
promotion and all.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. Not even Fulham, but West Ham as,
West Ham
well,
as well.
Leicester City as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you know, I keep forgetting that you played for Leicester.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You must
so-
have been very happy when they won the Premier League.
yes, I was so happy. I was so happy.
That is what I call juju. I mean, for Leicester to win the Premier League.
Yes.
What?
Yes, football is how
Yeah.
you want it to
Right.
work.
Yeah.
And you must work hard
Yeah.
and be disciplined.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Right.
And as a player, like I said, the fans are most important people
yeah.
in your game.
But they also do give you pressure. I mean, I've seen footballers try to make their way out of the crowds because these crowds, and I'm talking about here in Ghana.
Right.
You know, you come as a team, you're based in one hotel, and there are so many fans there.
Yeah.
Some want pictures. Some just want to meet you. Then there are the ladies who want to meet you as well.
Right.
And then there are those who want money. You know, they want something small, you know,
Right.
for medical needs, school fees, that. There's a lot of pressure on footballers, isn't there?
Yeah, I think you need to manage it.
Okay.
You did mention people will come to camp because they know you can help them.
Yeah.
I'll make an example. Last 2 months, a guy called me from Belgium that somebody wants my number. Why? They said the person came to Fiesta Royal 2008. He needed money to go and write his exams.
Right.
And he was going round, and he came to me.
And you gave
He said I gave him $2,600.
You don't remember?
Which I don't remember. So that money,
You must have given out a lot of money not to remember
You see?
that. Yeah.
So that money has taken him to where he is now. Now he can go to any country he wants.
Oh, bless
So
him.
now he
And
wants to
bless
come
you.
and help my team.
Oh,
You see? So
can you imagine?
those things, it's very, very important.
Right.
A fan will come, he want to take a picture with you. How many minutes is going to take? You take a picture, you sign autograph. In UK, you can stand and sign maybe 100 and 150. It's your job. You are professional. So
No matter the mood you find yourself
yes,
in, it doesn't
no
matter.
matter whether you lost the match or not, they are there. They buy ticket to come and watch you.
Right.
So you have every right to respect that moment
Right.
and just give them smile a little bit, whether you are happy or not. You do it little. I hear that and say,
Yeah.
2 cities now you want to give, I give.
Yeah,
But if you
yeah.
don't have it, you know your heart, you don't have it.
Right.
Then you move on.
Yeah.
So football is professional
Right.
game, and as a sportsman, you need to be respectful and respect others.
Right.
Because when you respect, that is where your professionalism will come through. Because
Yeah.
if you don't respect, then you are not professional.
Yeah.
So, like you said, hotels, the pressure. I'm telling the fans that the pressure, the players like the pressure.
They love it?
They are there because of them.
Okay.
Without the supporters, the players can go.
Right.
If-
So you like the pressure?
Oh, if the fans are coming to you,
Oh.
they are coming to you. I want autograph.
We need to turn it up on social media. Turn up the pressure.
It's very, very important.
Right.
The players must deal with it.
Right. And then there is the now that we are talking about the commitment from footballers to fans, because sometimes you hear, and I keep saying that you don't know what people use their money for. You hear people say, "Oh, the footballers make so much money from Ghana, but they don't even do charity." I mean, it's not everyone who wants to publicize their charity.
Right.
But have you noticed how some of our top footballers, and it's not just peculiar to Ghana, it's quite across the world, how footballers are at their prime and they're making so much, and then later on they become paupers. They have absolutely nothing to live on. You know, it's heartbreaking to see that.
Right.
What would you advise a 12-year-old John Paintsil who wants to play football? What would you say to a younger you about this?
Right. I think management is very, very important.
Okay.
Playing in UK has taught me how to manage.
Right.
You see, we have some people who think, okay, I have a contract, 3 years contract. Okay. Every month I'm taking like $10,000. So during the month, the $10,000, you chow the money, you chow, because next month the money is coming.
Right.
So you chow it to last 2 days, maybe 2,000 left. The two days the money is coming, you finish that one. So next one will come. So you continue that level. So after one season, you haven't saved. So you are zero on that 1 year contract you sign. Then you move to another, the same. So I think if you are earning like 10,000, okay, you put 6 somewhere,
Right.
or you put 4 somewhere,
Right.
then you chow your 6.
Right.
So you have saved
Right.
4. So next month you've saved 4. So after your contract, you have something. If you don't do that, after your contract and you are changing a contract, they will give you any contract,
And you'll take it.
you take it because you don't have anything there.
Right.
But if you have a backup, you fight for what will sustain you throughout your
Right.
years.
Right.
Yeah. So these things, I think that especially in African place, that thing has worried us a lot. So I mean, going forward, the young players who are coming need to know that it's a management. You know,
Right.
whether it's 10 years contract, every month you still need to save.
Right.
Yeah, and then after your career, you know that money will be invested in other houses. You want to buy a house, and then after your career, you know you can rent it.
Right.
You know you have a place to lay your head.
Right.
But after football, you don't have a place to lay your head, and you are working on the street. It's difficult. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's their fault, but some of us did not have advisors in time. So now that the message has been going on and young players have been seeing some of us how our lives are after football, they need to use that as a tool to advise themselves
Right.
for not to fall into where we are.
Right.
Whether we are in good shape or in bad shape,
yeah.
you must
But even if they
No.
see you to be in good shape, they want to be better
better than
that.
us. That's
Yeah.
the word I want to use.
They want to be
Yeah.
better. And how did you manage all the attention from women?
Yeah, you have to, especially when you have your ring on. if you have your ring on, you must be disciplined.
Yeah?
But sometimes when you don't have your ring on, then you.
But has
might
a
seem-
ring ever stopped any woman from pursuing an interest?
Oh, yeah, it stopped.
It-
and some push.
Yeah?
But it's up to you to.
What did you do when they pushed?
Hey, I must run.
You ran for your
I
life.
must run.
You ran for your life, right?
Yes.
But you do get a lot of attention from the other gender. From
Yes, but it
from women.
depends. That pressure, either
Okay.
that pressure is going to be distraction.
Right.
You know, if that pressure is coming with the business or it's going to help you
Right.
yourself, you know. But
Were you ever caught up in a moment where you couldn't fight the temptation?
No.
Yeah?
And I don't want to get there.
I would suro bibi.
Bisro pa.
That's interesting. I mean, so footballers do deal with a lot of things, and then your privacy becomes an issue as well. You can't be your usual John Paintsil. There are certain places you cannot go. Right. There are certain things you can do. Right. You ordinarily want to do it because you're a human. You're a human being.
Exactly.
But there's pressure.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you wish you could do in public that society would not allow this John Paintsil to do?
Yeah, like I can walk on the street.
What do you want to walk on the street?
Anyhow, anywhere. I can stand outside and then talk on the phone, right. Shout.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't do that anymore because now, especially now that I'm a coach, I have the young boys who are looking up to me. Now I need to be safe, and then when I'm safe, they're safe. Right. But when I'm not safe, they are not safe. Right. Because I'm the leader, I'm the leading train, so I need to put things right. I'm a human being, I'm not a robot, and I cannot say I won't make mistake because mistakes are part of we the humans. Mm-hmm. So definitely, but I try not to fall in that. I try to be good. But hey, you can stay in your house, but if trouble wants you, trouble will come for you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You remarried, didn't you? You remarried.
Yes.
And I must say that John's wife is here with him, and she's very beautiful.
Thank you.
You do know how to pick.
Thank you, Rana.
Don't you?
Thank you very much.
Is she blushing? What's her name? Oh,
she's blushing.
She is blushing. And she just showed me her ring.
You see?
What's her name?
Her name is Solace.
Solace,
yeah. But everybody knows her as Ajua Bruni.
Oh, indeed, Oye Bruni. Yeah. Now the name Bruni brings a lot of, interesting discussions. But yeah, Ajua Bruni, that's her name. Yeah.
Yes,
You've been married for how long?
3 years now.
You've been married, and how's that going?
It's going well. By His grace.
Yeah. What I observed when the two of you got here was that you were not the couple that is quiet. You were having a conversation and laughing. That's admirable. Yeah. Is that something that happens,
all the time?
You're friends.
Yeah, we are very good friends. Right. We met after 1 year. We got married. So it's like I tease her. I tease her and she tease me. and she knows I'm a very
she
troublesome.
Hit the bullseye. She knows you're troublesome.
She knows. I trouble her a lot. But she's a very strong woman. And she has done so well for me. Yeah? Yeah. I mean, the team that I'm doing, she's behind me. Everywhere, wherever we play, away or home matches, she sits on the bench with me.
Oh, really?
So now I call her as assistant coach.
Assistant to the assistant.
But she's the director to John Paintsil Football Academy.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. That's one. It's good she's taking an interest in that. Yeah. Does she play football? Does she understand football?
Now I'm teaching her.
You're teaching her? Yeah. One of those ladies who would see a penalty and say, hey, that's not a penalty.
Exactly. Now she's doing well.
Now she understands.
Yeah. Because I remember the first time I took her to the game. Yeah. Opening scores, and then she was jumping.
Oh my God!
She was celebrating for them, and I was so I was so angry.
Oh no!
She didn't know.
Oh no!
And I said, no, they score us.
How could she?
She was there to see only goals.
So she saw the goal.
Whether they are scoring us or not, she don't care.
She was celebrating.
Yeah.
Oh, Ajabru, anyway, that's interesting. But you enjoy. Have you got any more kids? Have you added on?
They are on their way.
Oh, you're going to have more. How many kids are you hoping to have?
God willing.
God willing.
God willing.
5.
We'll see.
8. That's interesting. One question that I've always wanted to ask you is your relationship with Roy Hodgson. You two are very close, and he seems to love you, and you love him back. What's that relationship? I mean, what makes that bond so strong?
Yeah, we have a very good relationship. Okay. Roy was the coach that gave me what I wanted in football. He gave me playing time. Whether it's a friendly match or it's a cup game, I'll be the only first 11 player who will play. Right. So one thing he likes about me is I always play to his tactics. Yeah, when he asks me to pick whoever, and he asks me not to allow that player to touch the ball, I make sure that player don't touch the ball. If I don't touch it, the player don't touch the ball. But if I touch the ball, it's fine. Right. So I always do what he wants me to do on the field. I do my job. I clean my line for him. Yeah. So he was so much in love with me. And even when I was in Kaiser Chiefs, I phoned him and I said, now I'm into coaching. I'm a Kaiser Chiefs assistant coach. He then connects me to Fulham to bring some of my players from Kaiser Chiefs for pre-season, which I took about 10 players to Fulham.
Kaiser must have been happy.
Yeah, they were so happy. So we were so happy. And then Bobby, the club owner, traveled with all of us. So first time getting that connection with Fulham. So that was also a great thing that he did it for me with a clean heart, thinking that, oh, when John was working for me, he did that. He was so perfect for. So Roy is a father.
Yeah.
And we still keep in touch.
Yeah. Would you ever go back to help Wycombe Arsenal in any way?
Yes, when I came, I tried. But
I remember. You had a stint with them.
Yes, I tried to get the team and make it work. But once it's in the hands of people who are doing well with the team, I don't think they need any.
Right.
But I told them I've opened my hands. If they need any assist, any technicality, I'm ready to help them because that's my mother club. Yeah. And I cannot turn my back to Wycombe Arsenal.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do you do for fun apart from chatting with Ajua Brody? Is she shy? Is she a shy person?
She's shy when she goes out.
Oh,
but
so
when
if
she's
So what do you do for fun?
Yeah, what I do for fun with her.
Right.
Yeah. We walk outside. Sometimes we can travel when needed. Yeah. But most of the time.
Do you dance?
I don't dance.
You don't know how to dance.
I don't know
look,
how to
your
dance.
wife just gave a very funny face. Like you are the worst dancer ever.
I'm the worst dancer ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
So how did you cope on your wedding day? Because you had to dance.
Yeah, I dance with my waist.
Oh, John.
Yeah. And I like those music.
Those songs. The French song.
The boom boom one. The one you can turn your body. Because that one.
So what's your favorite song?
Offbeat.
It must be, you living in London.
Yes.
Yeah, it
true.
must be that. Yeah, it must be
Even
that.
when I go to church, I can't dance. I only be moving my shoulders.
But what's your favorite song? What kind of songs would you listen to? Apart from the boom boom.
Apart from the boom boom, I think I'm most into gospel songs.
Oh, you love gospel.
Yeah, any good gospel song.
You will listen to, yeah. But when it comes to the boom boom, who would you listen to?
Oh, anyone that is fast. Offbeat dancers, we like music that is fast. So we can.
Right. Do you hang out a lot? Do you go out, fine dining, lunch? Do you do that kind of stuff?
Actually, I'm not a outgoing person.
You're not.
Sometimes
you look it.
I get some knocks on my back that
you should
I must go out. Yeah, but I'm not an outgoing person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that I've started my coaching lesson, it's taking most of the time. Yeah. I always sit in the computer. Yeah. Trying to learn more.
Yeah. All right. And what's your favorite food?
I love fufu.
Fufu with?
And then ampesi. Yeah. Plantain with the garden egg stew.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you prepare it yourself?
Sometimes.
Can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook.
What can you cook?
I can cook everything.
Yeah?
Any food I can cook.
Really?
Yes.
Is that true? Oh, your wife agrees. So what's your favorite thing to cook? The ampesi and the...
And fufu and the soup.
Okay, the fufu, wait. Is it the fufu on the stove that you're using something to...
Yeah, I prefer the one...
You prefer that one? You don't like the pounded one?
No, I don't like the pounded one. No.
Why?
Because the water they put in...
and the sweat dripping in. But that's what makes the fufu. That's what makes the fufu a champion.
No.
Oh, John, you are missing.
I eat neat fufu only.
You prefer that one.
Yeah.
You prefer the neat fufu.
Yeah.
But and what's your favorite soup? Granite? Palm nuts?
Light soup.
Light soup. So that's what you prepare.
Yeah.
So you cook for your wife?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah. But she does most of the time.
Yeah? Yeah? That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, it's been such a wonderful pleasure talking to you. You're such a cool cat. I mean, you're one of those footballers, and you're very friendly with the media. It's so difficult getting footballers to talk to sometimes, but you are one player who is accessible.
It's important.
Yeah.
I mean, media, sportsmen, we work together. Sometimes not everything that will go in your favor. But
Sometimes they do. We do tell lies a bit, don't we?
You see,
We twist the story.
It's part of the work, so we must understand. But sometimes, yeah, it's hard. But you know, like you said, you're all human beings.
Is there one report you saw in the media about yourself and you were so taken aback, you were so shocked that really did this happen?
Yeah. A lot.
A lot of stories.
A lot. But you know, like I said, we all human beings. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't hold it on against anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
learn from
Yeah.
1 to 2.
My colleague Francis Aban sent this message that you said that we should manage our expectations as we go into the World Cup, and he says that he will not measure his expectations. Ghana will win the World Cup. Your wife just gave a look.
Ghana will win the World Cup when we let the boys go and say, go and have fun.
Right.
But if you are going on hard on them, you must. That will be a pressure on them.
Do you think an African country can ever win the World Cup?
Ghana?
An African country. Can an African
Yes,
country?
we are close to win the World Cup. You can see that these days football has changed. Look at Italy. Where are they? They are not going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that tells
yeah.
you that
Happily, they are not,
that
yeah.
tells you that we are moving forward. We are getting closer.
Yeah. If
We are
an
getting
African
closer.
country would ever come close, take Ghana out, because I know how you're a Ghanaian and you're passionate about Ghana. Which African country would it be? Would you say that this country, if ever an African country has to win the World Cup, it will be this country?
Hey, Nana, I can't take Ghana out. Ghana will win.
Ghana will win. Ghana will win before any country.
Any country, yes.
Okay, so which country will come second?
At the moment, I think Senegal is pushing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Senegal is pushing.
They dealt with Egypt twice, back to
Very
back.
well,
It was
very
fun
well.
to see.
Very well,
What do
yeah.
you think of Money?
He is such a great leader.
Okay.
Yeah, not only playing football, but he also giving back to his people.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
what happened in Cup of Nations, flew in his people
Yeah.
to Cameroon to support
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
It's not every player who will do that, but
Yeah.
he's thinking about his people at the same time playing football. That makes him different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the sacrifices footballers make. Huh?
Yeah, you must.
You
when
must.
it's necessary.
Yeah.
And then you think you have that power to do it, you do it.
Okay.
But if you have that power to do it and you decide not to do it, that's not.
Okay.
It's not.
How did you cope with abuse? Because you get abused. I mean, footballers get abused. You and your team got abused a lot after the brouhaha in Brazil. How did you cope? Did you just zone out?
It was tough one because you hear your family calling you to tell you this what is happening.
This is what somebody said.
You guys this, you guys that,
Right.
and then your mom will go
Kissing bundles of money.
Your mother will go to markets and then they'll be pointing fingers. Your sisters will go out.
Oh,
and this,
no.
You know, but you have to also educate your family that the environment you find yourself, these things is bound to happen.
Right.
So when it happens, they have to take it in the good faith, not to. And in the beginning, it's difficult, but the more you play, as you grow in the game, you become experienced. So those things doesn't bother you that much. But what you need to do is, when you go wrong that side, the next game you rectify things so that you put the smile back in the supporters.
What is the one bad thing football did to you?
Yeah, 2010. Yeah, when we were denied from going to semi-final.
Semi-finals.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing.
That was a bad thing football did to me.
Right.
It was heartbroken.
Yeah. And you shed the most tears.
Yes, I did.
You did shed the most. And what's the best thing football did for you?
Yeah, that's 2010 World Cup, 2006.
Yeah.
And then UEFA Cup, I played for Fulham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were phenomenal in those two World Cups, the 2006 and 2010.
Right.
You were phenomenal. Who
Thank
would you
you.
say was your... Okay, I'll come to that question very soon. But give me your top 5 Black Stars players. And you are not part of it.
I'm not part of it.
No, of course you would add yourself. But let's just say, it's John Paintsil's top 5. who would make your top 5 team?
Honestly, I don't have.
You were
I don't have. Because
all of them?
all of them were great.
Really?
If I said I would mention 5, I wouldn't be fair.
You don't want to upset someone?
No. I'm being honest.
Yeah?
I've played with great players.
Okay, who is your favorite in the Black Stars team that you played with in 2010?
I would
Who
say,
was your favorite?
if it comes to leadership, I would say the leader,
Stephen Appiah?
Stephen Appiah.
Okay.
That one everybody will mention.
Right.
I mean, he was a great leader.
Right.
But when it comes to...
What did he do that made him such a phenomenal leader?
Well, he was a leader who always put his players before him.
Right.
And if his players don't eat, he don't. So,
wow.
So it's great.
Right.
As a leader, you make sure that whatever is on board comes, everybody must know.
Right.
And one thing he also did that pushed the team is, before, when myself joined the national team, you will travel with the team to maybe Kigali or wherever. The team win match. If you don't dress and you are sitting up the stands, you won't get the bonus. By his time,
Really?
he changed everything. Whether you are sitting on the stands,
Oh, no.
whether you're on a bench, the bonus is 2 CDs. Everybody. Will, yes.
Oh, that's really
So
nice.
it was great thing that he initiated in the team. So each and everyone was happy. I mean, traveling to the national team, you don't play, you sit down, you cross your leg, and then the team will win.
And you get nothing.
You get something to go
Right.
home. So he did that, and then that thing he did was very, very great.
So
Very
yeah.
great.
So your favorite from 2010.
Yeah.
Who is your all-time favorite footballer, apart from yourself?
Apart from myself.
Yeah, your all-time favorite. It could be any player within and
That's
without Ghana.
Roy Keane from Manchester
Oh.
United.
Ah, you
Yeah,
chose
he was
someone
my
from my
favorite,
team.
yeah.
Yeah?
He was great leader, good player, and he always fight to the end.
Right.
And even when he became a manager, he was doing the same thing. Yeah, he was somebody that I admire
Yeah.
from afar.
And which team did you support?
I don't support any team.
Yeah.
The team that I support is Black Stars. From the
How
from the
convenient,
age of
John.
from the age of 16 years.
Yeah, it's just the
I
Black
fell in
Stars.
love with the Black Stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the only team that I said I support.
Right.
Other than that, it's the only team that I find myself working for.
Right.
Yeah. If I'm playing for Asimesi team, it's Asimesi team I will support him. So if you put Black Stars aside,
Right.
now it's my team that
Yes,
supporting.
for Kaiser.
Yeah.
Okay. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. Who's the best?
I will pick up Cristiano Ronaldo
Why?
because he has everything in the game.
Okay.
Messi has his own philosophy in the game, but Cristiano Ronaldo have Messi's and have his own that Messi cannot have.
Really?
Yes. As a technical man, when Ronaldo is playing, you can see he can track. When I say he can track, change the ball going up and down and come. He can also hit from afar, some meters. He can also score from the close of the pole. Messi will dribble the ball, but when he loses the ball, he won't mark. So a couple of times you see Ronaldo chasing, trying to mark the player. When you don't get it, you just kick the player, and then you see. But at least he's trying to. He's not the player who is aggressive or who tackle, but
Right.
when it comes to that equality, he has that more than Messi.
Okay. Do you think his return to Manchester United was a good idea?
It was a good idea because he did what he did for Juventus, and then he did well in Real Madrid. Before in Manchester, before moving to Spain, he did so well. But I think going back to his club that made him Ronaldo is the best place to go. So I
Yeah.
think it was a good decision he made.
Right. John Paintsil, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Like I said, you're a cool cat.
Thank you, Nana.
Yeah, it's such,
Thank you
and
for
it's good
having
to
me.
see you.
Thank you.
After so long.
So long,
Yeah.
so many
And
years.
Before I wrap up, I mean, you've been doing punditry on Supersport. I mean, it was great to see you.
Thank you.
You know, as you were speaking, I was like, John looks so shy sometimes. You look so shy sometimes. But how did you get that gig? It's a massive gig, isn't it?
Yeah, it was massive. I was home when Lai Kingston called me.
Right.
Initially, they were supposed to go with Lai,
Okay.
but Lai was in
Netherlands. right?
Yes.
Right.
So Lai gave my number to
Is
them.
it Netherlands or Denmark?
Denmark,
rather.
yeah. So he
Denmark,
called me and said, John, this is it. They will call you. So I've given your number to them. And then I
Right.
said, okay. So it's through Larry Kingston that
you got the
I
gig.
got the gig. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're loving it.
Yeah,
Y-
it was great.
Yeah?
It was
Was
great.
it your first time doing punditry on such a huge platform
No.
Right.
I used to do it with the Super Sports in South Africa.
in South Africa? Oh,
Yeah,
right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for talking to us. And
welcome.
thank you for listening to Star Chat on Star 103.5 FM. It's always a pleasure coming your way. What song are you leaving John with? Dinah Hamilton. Which song? Yeah, you said you love gospel, right?
Yeah.
Ajo Bruni, this is from John to you.